First of all, thank you for arranging all of this conference and this communication between industry participants. It's always very useful to be speaking with like-minded people and share experiences related to the development projects. So basically, I'll start with a brief description of our project. So basically, when we were starting it like in 2018, 2019, I've joined the project at the end of 2018. Basically, it's a pretty large petalite resource, petalite ore body, which is pegmatite ore in central Ukraine. And initially, I singled out like 3 things which would make it difficult for me to progress the project. And basically, I prioritized them in the following manner. So number 1, it's a petalite resource as opposed to spodumene. So that is definitely a technological challenge. Number 2, it's an underground mine as opposed to an open pit. And number 3, it's in Ukraine. And even pre-war, the investment climate in Ukraine probably was not the best to start with. And now with the war, which started in 2022, basically that all turned upside down. And now obviously war is the major thing changing the whole configuration, both for the country at large and for the project. So basically, coming back to the project, we're in central Ukraine, which is also important now. So basically, the region is relatively unharmed by the current state of things. We have 75 million tons. It's pegmatite ore. We've got our first JORC resource statement back in March 2021. We've gone through the scoping study stage so far. We've basically got life of mine in between 15 and 20 years. And initially, we were considering a totally upstream operation. So basically, it was supposed to be an underground mine and then petalite converter with the base case scenario of something like 250 to 300,000 tons per annum of petalite concentrate production. Now, after having gone through the project for 3-4 years, basically the major conclusion that we have come through is that most likely we would be needing to add the downstream component, primarily for the reason that petalite concentrate is much more probably challenging and a unique material than spodumene. Basically, there is only one operating mine, to the best of my knowledge, which is Bikita Minerals in Zimbabwe, which is currently producing petalite concentrate. And that's how we ended up with the downstream component also. So basically, for the downstream component, we are now progressing through PFS, which would basically provide much more understanding, first of all, to us on the trade-offs between the various chemicals that could be produced. But basically, we are looking at something like 20,000 tons of LCE per annum of lithium chemicals for the downstream component.